Hello, all. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Speak English with Ranchita. And today we are launching our first ever podcast. And I'm very delighted to invite my guest. That is my very best friend, who is. So I'll tell you when we met each other. It was in 2010 in Chennai that I met this amazing lady. And ever since then, frankly, I would say I'd never known life without her, and I still can't imagine a time when she was not in my life. She's one of my biggest cheerleaders. She's one of my biggest supporters, and the role that she has played into even coming till this far in my YouTube journey or even in my career is something one video wouldn't be enough to explain. So actually, we have to say something. This is actually a trio. We are missing one person here, one very, very important person. But hopefully, we'll have her on the podcast soon on the channel. See her soon, yeah. Yes, absolutely. So if I have to explain her role in my life, I think that would take a whole other video. So maybe we'll just stop and then get to her actual journey. So in this podcast, you're actually going to see a lot of language learners and you're going to walk through their experience with this language. So this girl, to give you a small introduction as to how her language learning journey started. So let me just give you this one statement which will explain almost every aspect of what she has achieved up until now. So she's from a very small town. I would not call Tanjavur a small town, but we have always had this argument. Maybe that's a conversation for another day. So she's a small town girl who has actually made it to leading a global team today. So yes, Miss Kirtika Tulasi Dasan, or Kirti as we call her. Yeah. Would you be kind enough to share your language learning journey with us?
Thank you for having me, Renu. I'm very happy and glad to be with you, especially the one who inspired me a lot to be who I am today. I'm glad you have me on this show. So, speaking of my journey, I've studied in Tamil medium.
That's actually a very funny story. She forced her father to send her to Tamil medium.
When I was in my fourth grade, I didn't score well in my English. So, my English teacher gave me a punishment, and I told my father I don't want to continue and asked him to put me in the Tamil medium. He said no, but then I forced him to put me there because I didn't want to go back to the same classroom. Then I forced him like anything. So, yeah, this is how it's all started. However, when I went to my college, it was very hard for me to understand what they speak. And then how I started learning the language was a big story, big struggle it was. I started writing down at least 10 words, 10 vocabularies in my notebook every day. I used to have this small pocket Oxford dictionary with me.
Yes, even I had that. I don't think even today's kids know of such a
I
thing.
don't
Sure.
sure.
Yes.
So those days we didn't have much video about English learning, shadowing, nothing was there. So what I used to do is I used to write down all the wordings in my notebook, at least 10 vocabularies in a day, and I used to learn and I used to practice. So the challenge was for me to practice them in real life. I used to speak front of the mirror, or I used to create my own sentence, even if it is wrong. Then I used to speak with my friends. After my graduation, I went to Chennai. That is another big story. That's where I met you. On the very first day when I met her, I remember thinking, oh my God, how I'm going to deal with her. She started speaking in American accent, which I couldn't understand anything. And I was completely lost. I honestly could not understand a single word she was saying. I think I've surrounded myself with the right people like Renu.
I totally agree. Here, surrounding yourself with the right people is very, very important. Those who put you down is never the right ones to be around. Yes, I do understand the fun aspect of it. I do understand that you might always have the worry of being alone and you might continue a friendship just because you do not want to be alone. So the kind of people who will always want to see you climb up the ladder. So the ladder, again, the climbing aspect of it, again, I think we have lots to discuss here. But the climbing aspect of it, I'm not only talking about financial independence. That's just one aspect of it. But to have people really to hype you, to help you, to support you, and to be surrounded by the right kind of people who always help you. So to have those people around you and to have the confidence to eliminate the others, this will take time to grasp. It's not something that you would probably have in your 20s. It takes time to reach that phase in life. But once you do, trust me, it's a much smoother journey. So at this point in life, I can very confidently say that my girls, my best friends, the ones that I call my friends, are the ones that have stayed me, have supported me, who have been my biggest inspirations all this while. So surrounding yourself with the right people, even if it's language learning or even if it's about your personal development, trust me, it is very, very important.
Yes, it is. I agree with you, Reenu.
Absolutely. And expose yourself as much as you can.
Yes.
And it is important that you find ways to do it. It might not happen naturally to you. So in our case, she started reading, and she started making sure that she had consistent engagement when it comes to English.
Yeah.
That is very, very important. And moving out of your comfort zone, that is out of your hometown. Not necessarily this has to be a way, but I'm sure that also contributed a lot towards your language learning.
Yes, of course.
So she moved out of her hometown when she was hardly 22 years, 23 years. And ever since then, I think she's hardly lived there. So she was constantly forced to speak in English. So that is one element. But the choice of whether to stay back or move abroad is a conversation for another day. Again, another topic we always have fight on. So maybe later.
So a lot of people say grammar is very important. So what is your thought about grammar? Is it very important for anybody to learn grammar or start speaking English?
Well, if you ask me, so this is something I really wanted to elaborate on. When it comes to grammar, it's not that grammar is not important, but at the end of the day, just think of this one example. So when you frame sentences in your mother tongue, so in your case, when you frame sentences in Tamil, how much do you think of Tamil grammar? You don't, right? You don't think of it. So I am somebody who has learned grammar in Malayalam, but I do not know to apply it in forming Malayalam sentences.
Okay.
It's no way of use to me. Likewise, in English also, you wouldn't technically apply the rules that you learned while forming the sentences. It just doesn't work that way. So I would ideally suggest to leave grammar aside. So in case if you're taking private sessions, I would ask you, so often this is something that I tell my learners, leave the grammatical aspect of the learning to me. Please do not worry about grammar. If I tell you this point is important and you need to learn it, only then pay attention to it. Otherwise, just speak after me. Whenever I'm correcting you, speak those sentences after me. That's all that you actually need to do. Even if you undergo a course on grammar, I'm sure if you have done this, you would know. It does nothing to your speaking skills. It does not improve your speaking skills. So if speaking skills and fluency and confidence building around speaking is what you require, then learning grammar is not the right way to go about it. Right, so ditch grammar altogether. It is not what you need, trust me. There are a lot of other ways to learn the language. So that is what you should be aiming at. Yeah. And at the end of the day, English is just a communication tool. It is just a communication tool. So do not give it a lot of importance than it actually requires. So view it as a communication tool and just engage with it. Use it as much as you can. Go wrong. It's okay. Despite being born and brought up in Kerala, I do make mistakes while I speak Malayalam. And I think that's normal. Or Malayalam. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. Be comfortable around those mistakes even. As in when you proceed, as in when you speak more, you will learn to be error-free. There is definitely never going to be another side to it. I know it'll take a long time. So if you want to speed up that journey, you can always opt for a private tutoring session. So in today's world, when you have this level of exposure in English, please continue to speak and make those mistakes. It is all right. Go for it. Go for it. Yes, absolutely. That is exactly that we have here to tell you. The biggest takeaway is to just speak. Yes, right away. Make the mistakes and get comfortable around it. As and when you proceed, you will learn to speak error-free.
Yeah.
Right.